What up, y'all? It's Once or Grove, OSGOE. I'm out here, foot patrol, just doing some community policing here, checking out things. Man, it's really disturbing how stupid some fucking people are. Seriously, man. I mean, like, how humans, some of them, are just so utterly brainwashed. It's quite alarming in some ways. I mean, man, just seeing people who just don't have information and they just believe whatever they're told is really disconcerting, man. You know, people, look, again, man, okay, so let's look at China. So China has declared that their coronavirus epidemic epicenter had already peaked, and that the peak has been reached, and that they're going down over that peak, down that slope. So they've reported that the numbers are going down. Now, you might not believe China. You might say, hey, I don't believe what they're saying. Well, as a communist country with its propaganda machine, let's say that to save face, it took some corrective measures and it did whatever it needed to do. And let's say that what China has broadcast is true. Let's suppose that it is for a moment. Well, if China had its event in terms of the coronavirus and what took place, and their numbers have dropped tremendously in relation to the U.S. now dealing with the same coronavirus, essentially, why are people running out to buy toilet paper? For what reason? The flu kills 646,000 people a year. And we've already gone over this. That's a CDC-related statistic. 646,000 people. To date, the coronavirus had killed, what was it, yesterday? It was like 4,600 people. Like not even 5,000 people. And most of them seniors. And there have been many seniors who have recovered from the virus. So if less than 5,000 people as of yesterday worldwide had died from the virus, why would people go out and hoard toilet paper? I mean, it's so fucking stupid, man. It's absolutely absurd. It's completely fucking stupid. And just to see the looks on people's faces, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? For the 646,000 people who died last year, it does not appear that you're concerned about the annual influenza. The concern just does not seem to be there. Whereas this global virus that has sadly taken the lives of 5,000 people, roughly, to see people in these lines hoarding or attempting to store up these reserves of toilet paper, bath tissue, and hand sanitizer, it's absolutely preposterous. It really is. And the fact that so many fucking people play into it in the human population, I mean, the fact that they actually go along with the narrative, it just shows how misled people are and how misguided they are and how brainwashed they are by mainstream media. Mainstream media can tell these folks anything, and they'll believe it. They literally will believe it. And I'm looking at these lines, and I know the demographics out here on the U.S. East Coast, and I'm like, most of these people have money. What the fuck? What, they don't have toilet paper at home? Like, how much fucking toilet paper do they honestly think that they need? I mean, this shit is totally fucking stupid. And then, when you remove yourself from that, like I have, and I'm out here on foot patrol, carrying out surveillance of society, just seeing what's going on, man. You know, eyes on the ground, bird's eye view. It's like you see people in these neighborhoods, and they're just living normal lives. And then you go to various, not all, but you go to some supermarkets, shopping centers, and you're just like, really? Why are you stocking up on toilet paper? For what reason? What's the purpose? Because you believe some false narrative that you've been programmed to believe? I mean, seriously, man, it's absolutely asinine and nonsensical. I mean, it's so fucking stupid, man. And doesn't anyone say to these folks, like, yo, why are you doing this, man? What sense does it make? 5,000 people have died, mostly in China. And the chances of you getting the coronavirus are relatively low still. Still very low. I mean, still very low. And even if you were to get it, it would be like the common cold for the most part, like largely, mostly, statistically. It would be like the common cold because those are the symptoms that, exist. Those are the symptoms that arise, that materialize, that emerge, that develop in folks who are unfortunately infected with the virus. If you look at what's not mainstream media, you can see people have had the coronavirus and they say they didn't even flinch. They didn't even know that they had the coronavirus. They just thought that they had a common cold, dry cough, watery eyes, runny nose. Some of them. One guy didn't even have a runny nose. He just said he had a little dry cough and he just thought it was some dry air. And he recovered from the coronavirus. He didn't have watery eyes. He didn't have a runny nose. He just had a dry cough. Some people have just a dry cough. Some people have just watery eyes. Some people have runny nose. 1, 2, 3, combination thereof. He simply had a dry cough and he recovered. And he said he doesn't understand why people are making such a big deal out of this thing. If it's mostly, in 80% of these cases, if it's mostly like the common cold, then why are people storing up toilet paper? What does that have to do with the coronavirus? Nothing. Not really, unless you have fucking runny nose. I mean, and most of the people have recovered from it worldwide. So again, just to see these people that play along with this shit and they get into these lanes of traffic, man. And by the way, man, I'm not in traffic. I decided not to participate. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm on foot, man. Yeah, I'm gonna foot soldier it right now, man, and just get out into these different neighborhoods up and down the coastline, man, and just see what people are doing. Just looks like spring break, man. Just looks like fucking spring break to me. Now these kids, some of them, they'll get an early spring break, and then what was supposed to be spring break, they'll have to use that time for makeup time. But other than that, I mean, man, just the fucking illogical, the illogical nature of the whole thing, just the illogical, irrational behavior is just, it's alarming. Because again, it's like, you look at these people, you know they went to good schools, you know that they have money, and you're like, what are you watching on TV? Why would you do this? You're gonna wait in fucking line for an hour to buy a bunch of shit that you don't fucking need. I mean, seriously, man, it's just fucking, it's just stupid, man. It really is. I'm Once Grove. Thanks for tuning in.